Hi, this is Gina with Gina's Crafting Spot here on YouTube. This is my 24th scrapbooking process video layout, and I am starting with showing you what I'm using and what I use to color it. So the I guess I'll show you when I start putting them on, but that title spells Chamoy apples, and there's a picture. It's me and my cousin's children. So I don't know if they're my second cousins or how that works. We'll talk about that in a minute too. And then I'm showing you the papers I'm thinking of using, and it's the Creative Agenda Echo Park kit that not kit, I guess it's called a kit. But yeah, it's Echo Park Creative Agenda by Caitlin Schaefer. So I really have been using this one a lot, and I guess I just love all these colors because I've been using it like crazy. And I wanted to use it for this layout just because I liked it. So I decided to use that polka dotty paper, little giant blobs, circles. I'm going to use a piece of that. It's the back of it's double-sided, so is it double-sided? I don't even know. No, it's a Creative Agenda piece, and that was the back side of one of them, so I decided to use that craft color for the background. And I was trying to make it simple, and every time I try to make a video simple, it always just, I don't know, it takes me so long because I don't want to put too much and I want to be sure everything's right, and it just doesn't happen that way for me. So I don't know. I guess sometimes I have it and sometimes I don't. So there I am, just mounting the photo, and I mounted it twice. Once on that piece of turquoise, what is it, like a bunch of intertwining shapes. It reminds me of Zentangle a little bit. Not that I ever did it, but that's what it kind of looked like. So I mounted the photo on that, and then I mounted it on a piece of kind of greenish paper that I had in my collection of, I think there were 6 by 6 papers. And that blue one as well is already scalloped, and it was in another 6 by 6, solids paper pad. And I decided to pull those out so I could start using them instead of cutting into either pieces in that collection or in my 8.5 by 11 stash. I figure I'll use some of those up because I always forget about them. So I have those out on my desk so I could use. And I did. I was glad I was able to use a couple pieces on this. And while I'm cutting that, I'm just looking for a couple. Sorry, I just woke up. Kind of yawny. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put those two pieces, one on each side of the layout. And that picture was taken in, oh my gosh, it took me so long to remember the name of this place, and now I can't remember it. If you want to know, I'll find out. There's one in Laredo, Texas, and there's also one that they opened in San Antonio, Texas. So when I went on vacation, I had my cousins take me there because those are my favorite snack ever so far. And they are, I think it's called Chamoy, is the flavoring and stuff that's with the apples in that cup. I don't know how well you could see the cup, but it has sliced apples and it has a chamoy. The chamoy is red, and I don't know, it's just weird. It's sweet, salty, chewy, spicy, a little sour. It's just a weird flavor that I never in a million years thought I would like. But a few years ago when I went to Laredo, Texas with my family to go to the funeral of my grandma, on my dad's side. And one of my cousins had come back with one of those. She had gone to school and then, brought one of those back with her to the after funeral get together that they had. I'm like, what is that? And she's like, oh my gosh, these are so delicious. Try them. I tried it. Oh my goodness. So, so, so delicious. I loved it so much. Um, my parents were with me. They didn't really care for it too much. My brother said it was okay. He didn't love it as much as I did, but oh my gosh, I could eat that every single day. Or so I thought. I got it like 3 times there, and I took one home on the plane so my husband could try it. Of course, he hated it. He doesn't like any kind of salty, spicy kind of stuff or sour. And yeah, well, and it wasn't good. It wasn't as good. It was kind of anyway. I would rather eat it there in the shop than take it home. But it's nice. They packaged it for you to go home and everything. So yeah, I totally got my fill. That it was in a matter of 2 days. I ate 3 of them. I like felt so sick after. But yeah, I would eat it again. So that's what happened. That's when I was introduced to it. So let me just catch you up on what I've been doing. The chamoy apples, the fabulous die cut, and that little frame, um, that turquoise frame on the bottom right, I cut out from the Cricut, just in white. The same with that fabulous wording, that fabulous word. I cut it out of white. And the chamoy apples were from it's. They're not really chipboards, but it was a Tim Holtz like a grunge board, I think, something like that. It looked like cardboard kind of. So there was like a million different letters in there, and I just picked out some of them to use as my title. So I had to find the not asterisks. I don't know. Those squigglies on either end. I know what they are. Brackets? Yeah. And the brackets and then the words chamoy apples, and they were in a craft color. So I used some gesso to cover them up and then painted them. I showed you at the beginning with some of those paint dabbers, and I used denim, the blue, for the letters. So I didn't do it on camera because it took quite a while. I had to paint dry, and then I went over it again with the denim because it didn't quite cover like everywhere I wanted to, like the edges and stuff. So I just went over it a little again. So I left that out of the video. And then the Fabulous, I used a paint dabber in lemonade, and the frame I used one of my homemade glimmer mists in that pretty minty green, and dried those because like I said, everything was in white except the chamoy was in the letters were in that craft color. So I just changed the colors of everything to my liking for this layout. So that was that. Now, what else have I done? So now I'm putting down the letters just with some Tombow. This in the top right hand corner, it was from an Amy Tangerine little booklet of stickers. I used this, and then there was that star, not star, well yeah, I guess there was a star in there. I don't think I put it on yet. But there was heart. So now it says love this on top. And then bottom right next to that scallop border, I added sorry about that, the phone rang. I added the feather from that same Amy Tangerine sticker pack, and and I was having trouble getting those to stick. I don't know. The letters for the title took me a little bit. I finally got it done. And here I disappeared and I cut part of it off, so that was really good. I was proud of myself, so I got to figure out how to do more editing. So there I am back. I'm going to finish adding that. What else did I add so far? That little fun-filled day was just a card of no, maybe a 4x3 card or something from that same Creative Agenda Echo Park collection. And I just cut off the top. It was a whole card. I just cut off the wording, fun-filled day, and attached that. Then there was a little camera, and I attached, not yet, I haven't attached it yet. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. So on the left hand side, on the bottom I have a little cluster in it. My frame, an arrow that says love this from that same, creative agenda. That scallop circle I put on top by the apple, or with the apple on it. That's the same paper from the line with an apple on it. It was a little pack of fruit. I think I got it from, it's EK Success. I think I got it from Walmart for $1. So I put an apple to, it's Chamoy apples. And then that little sticker says today was, from those sticker sheets. And then it says fabulous. There's the little camera I was talking about. And the stars weren't from the Amy Tangerine, they were from that same sticker pack. That sticker sheet that came with it. And with the alphas, I'm just adding a little bit of dimension on that apple. And that wasn't sitting quite right, so, not quite right, but it wasn't staying down. Those are those Amy Tangerines. And just trying to look for more stuff to put on that might work. But they don't. I think I'm almost done. There's not much more that I add. And I added that dumb arrow right there because, I don't know if you noticed, I was at the beginning on my picture, I had put some, and there I'm just spelling out delicious on top of Chamoy apples, so that's my title, Delicious Chamoy Apples. And I didn't pay attention when I was painting those grunge board stickers or pieces for the title that I got a little bit of gesso on the picture. Disaster right above my cousin's son. Man, and then I tried to scrape it off and it just totally rubbed off everything. That sticker says celebrate the everyday. And now I believe I'm going to journal. I'm looking for something else to do, but I decided to just journal. So yeah, so I got gesso on it. I scraped it off. It looked horrible. I'm like, what am I going to do? And I didn't want to wait because I do my printing through Snapfish or Walgreens, whoever has, a cheap sale. Because I do a lot at a time. I don't have a selfie to print at home, which I wish I did, but my husband said no. And maybe I'll ask for one for Christmas. He said, you don't need one. You always just get them all printed. Like, yeah, that's true. And it's probably cheaper than printing them myself. So anyway, so I just did that there because it was bugging me. So yeah, instead of seeing a scratch mark, I put a big arrow on top of my cousin's son's head. Yeah, go figure, right? So yeah, so that's why that silly thing is up there. And then when I get them reprinted, when I do my next batch, which will be like probably the end of this week, then I'll be able to, get a new one and replace it. So there I'm just putting some spray, using the glimmer mist, my homemade glimmer mist, and trying to put some little sprays on it, little dots. Splashes, splatters, there you go, that's what it is, splatters. So I used some of that pretty yellow I made. It's homemade, so I don't know what color it is. But that yellow, then that's that beautiful pearly green that I love. I gotta make some more of that. So I'm adding that. And then the other color, maybe that's it. Maybe just those two colors. I think I was going to do the pink and I changed my mind. So just cleaning up a little because I always make a mess. I just use a paintbrush to splatter it around. And I'm drying it so I won't smear it all over. And if you're interested in the journaling, it just says, "This was a great day. I got to see my cousin and her children in Laredo, Texas. I also got to have my most favorite snack in the world, Chamoy apples. They are sweet, salty, chewy, and spicy all at once. This was my first bite in 4 years, and it was fabulous." And it was. You could see I'm smiling. It's like, oh, finally. Because that was part of going to San Antonio and Laredo. Of course, first and foremost, to see family and friends. But, while I'm there, I just had to have one. So those are those Chicken Nitty Crafts hearts, enamel dots, enamel hearts. And I just put a couple of those around. And that's it. That is my layout. So I hope you enjoyed a layout about my favorite snack. And thank you so much for watching. And I spelled watching wrong.